My friends, it's Monday. Sorry, I couldn't do anything to prevent it. But it is Monday. Welcome back. My name is Howard Riell. The show is called Riell Truth. Let us go forward and battle evil. Item from Infowars.com. In a perfect illustration of the rampant hypocrisy that dominated last night's Golden Globes, actress Connie Britton wore a sweatshirt emblazoned with the baffling phrase, "Poverty is sexist," that cost $380. In what Fox News termed one of the more puzzling pieces of wardrobe activism, Britton proudly displayed the message while parading down the red carpet alongside dozens of other fabulously wealthy celebrities. Confusion reigned on Twitter. "I'm sorry, but this doesn't make sense. Poverty isn't gender-oriented," remarked one user. "What does it even mean? It sounds like a useless platitude," added another. It subsequently emerged that the sweatshirt is a custom-made item by Lingua Franca, which designs other slacktivist-style clothing with messages like, "I miss Barack," "Resist," and "The future is female." The sweater, once again, cost a whopping $380, unquote. My friends, you just earned your diploma because you just graduated Liberalism 101. Here are these limousine liberals. They're on the front lines against poverty, spending $380 for a sweatshirt. No, what do you expect them to buy regular sweatshirts and give the extra $370 to feed the hungry? Come on! Don't you know anything about Hollywood liberals? As long as they say they're championing the causes of the underprivileged, then they are. It's the same thing. Get it? Now, what does poverty have to do with being female? As far as I know, women aren't the only people stuck in poverty. I think there's some men too. So this is another brainless, clueless Hollywood liberal trying to look cool, trying to look relevant, and ending up looking like a rectum. Item from money.cnn.com. Oprah Winfrey is, quote, actively thinking about running for president, two of her close friends told CNN Monday. The two friends, who requested anonymity in order to speak freely, talked in the wake of Winfrey's extraordinary speech at the Golden Globes Sunday night, which spurred chatter about a 2020 run. Some of Winfrey's confidants have been privately urging her to run, the sources said. My friends, I'm about to read you a piece from Ben Shapiro about this. People ask me all the time, because they know I host a radio show, "Howard, what do you think is the greatest threat facing America? Is it the Russians? Is it China? Is it North Korea? Is it Islam? Is it the deep state? Is it environmental disaster?" Well, my friends, it's none of those. The greatest threat facing the United States, and you're going to laugh when I say it, and I don't blame you, but I'm not trying to be funny. The greatest threat facing the United States is the generally low quality of our population. You have got millions of liberals who are thinking, "Hey, yeah, Oprah, she'd be a good president." These are the simpletons who also think that The Rock would be a good president, that Michelle Obama would be a good president, that Chelsea Clinton would be a good president, or that the same old Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders would be a good president. And I kid you not, it is this intellectual dead wood that America has to carry on its back, who want to throw the door open to third world immigrants, even though we see every single day third world immigrants turn a country into a hellhole. They want to bring people in over the border without checking who they are, bring them in by the millions, turn America into a third world country, pat on the back anyone who feels like hacking off his what's-us, teaching young children about all kinds of weird types of sexuality. These are the people who are proliferating in our country. And like I said, there are millions of them, and they want stupid, brainless, destructive things, and they have to be countered. How do we do that? Well, real simple. Normal people, intelligent people, like the listeners of my radio show, they get active. They get loud. They get busy. And to make sure that the pin-headed liberals don't drill a hole in the bottom of this rowboat that we all share called the United States of America. It's up to us, my friends. That's the one central message I've been putting out on the airwaves now for 9.5 years. It's up to us. Now here's that related piece from Ben Shapiro. I quote, "On Sunday evening, Oprah Winfrey received the Cecil B. DeMille Lifetime Achievement Award. She proceeded to launch into an emotional speech about the power of women to fight back against sexism and sexual malfeasance, a speech that led to widespread celebration in Hollywood, where everyone knew about the problem of sexual harassment and assault, and nobody did anything for years. But where one speech from the most powerful woman in the history of media can apparently cure all ills." Oprah's speech was quite good, of course. She's a terrific performer, and she's world famous for her ability to connect with her audience on a personal level. The speech led NBC to tweet out its support for her presidential candidacy and led actress Reese Witherspoon to elevate Oprah to the level of Jesus. So what was so special about the speech? Not much, in truth. Oprah didn't name any names. She didn't explain where she'd been for prior several decades as all of this unfolded. She didn't encourage any serious measures against sexual harassment and assault. She channeled the feelings of many women, which is terrific for what it's worth. But it isn't as though women have been met with scorn and hatred for telling their stories of sexual assault and harassment. The level of national sympathy for victims has been overwhelming, as it should be. In fact, there were several rather insulting moments in Oprah's speech that we're all supposed to ignore. And hey, if she's a purported presidential candidate, she deserves to have her speeches analyzed. Here they are in order. Number one, Oprah implied that matters are the same for black women today as they were for black people generally in 1964. She led off her speech by talking about how moved she was in 1964 when Sidney Poitier won the DeMille Award. Quote, "I remember his tie was white, and of course his skin was black, and I'd never seen a black man being celebrated like that." All right, we'll come back with more news, my friends. Real Truth continues. Go nowhere.
"And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is
I'm going to be
preferred
67
before me,
years old pretty
for
soon,
he
and
was
I am
before me."
still naive
The
in
Gospel
ways
of
that
John,
I didn't think I
chapter
would
1,
have.
verse
This
14
time
and 15.
I would understand it all. The ways of the world. Lived under
We hold these truths to be self-evident,
misconception and
that
misunderstanding
all
my
men are
whole
created
life.
equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with
Trump
certain
has been busy
unalienable rights,
tweeting.
that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just power from the consent of the governed. This is the America's News Network. The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special interest groups or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listener. Please help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsors' fine products or by calling 1-800-205-6245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little one at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Franktown. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
All right, guys, welcome back to Monday here on Riell Truth. I am Howard Riell. People are still talking about Steve Bannon, the disgraced Steve Bannon, who had to walk back his brainless comments in the hope of resurrecting his career. Well, that's what I think of Steve Bannon. Here's what Alex Jones and Roger Stone think of Steve Bannon. Go.
greatest angel cake ever and is just a man of the Lord.
Well, and some of his charges are completely ludicrous. For example, one of the things he evidently told Wolf that I read yesterday was that Paul Manafort and Jared Kushner were laundering money and sending it to Russia. False, bogus, a lie.
That's ridiculous.
Never happened. That doesn't even make sense. It never happened. I told Manafort last night he had a sue bandit. He's already suing the Justice Department, I'm happy to say, over his own bogus prosecution.
Well, I know you got to go. That's why you're on the first of the show. But we got to go to break. You got to come back for just a few minutes to finish up with your prediction of the 25th Amendment move. They're now doing it. The move is on.
The move is on, my friends, and if you needed evidence that liberals and Democrats were stupid, this is it. There is no way they can succeed. It's a fool's errand. There's absolutely nothing to their claims that there's anything wrong with Donald Trump's mind. I wish my mind was as good as Donald Trump's. But since the Democrats have absolutely nothing to put forward to the American people, nothing productive, no plan to make anything better, they've got to subsist with playing in the mud. Let's go back to Ben Shapiro's piece about Oprah Winfrey's speech. Number 2, Oprah's press pandering. Yes, we all appreciate the press for doing the hard work of digging, but it's nothing but pandering to suggest that they're engaged in the, quote, insatiable dedication to uncovering the absolute truth that keeps us from turning a blind eye to corruption and to injustice, unquote. It's even more ridiculous to say this in the context of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, an organization of international journalists who report on Hollywood, where they apparently had nothing to say for decades about sexual harassment and abuse. Number 3, your truth. This one is a pet peeve. Oprah stated, quote, what I know for sure is that speaking your truth is the most powerful tool we all have, unquote. She'd go on to praise women for telling the stories of assault and harassment, which is wonderful and positive, but the phrase your truth is the opposite of truth. There's the truth, and then there's your opinion. End of story. Number 4, she equated the status of a raped black woman in Alabama in 1944 to women in Hollywood today. Oprah told the story of Ressie Taylor, who was kidnapped and raped in Alabama by 6 white men. She only died 10 days ago. The story is heartbreaking. But then Oprah stated, quote, she lived as we all have lived. Too many years in a culture broken by brutally powerful men. For too long, women have not been heard or believed that they dare speak the truth to the power of those men. But their time is up. Their time is up, unquote. This is plainly absurd. To compare the fate of women in Hollywood in 2018 with the fate of Ressie Taylor in 1944 is ridiculous. But it's precisely the sort of nonsense Oprah routinely preaches. We'll be back, my friends. More Real Truth ahead.
Are you driving a vehicle with fuel damage from summer storms? Tired of waiting months to get your vehicle repaired? Dent Vision specializes in painless dent and hail repair. And unlike traditional body shops, Dent Vision gets your vehicle back to you in days, not weeks. Insurance approved top quality repairs, lifetime warranty. Call today for your immediate appointment. 970-541-0679. That's 970-541-0679, or look us up at deadvisionco.com.
Let's talk about. Now, this is the testimony of John when the Jews sent priests and Levites from Jerusalem to ask him, who are you? He confessed and did not deny, but confessed, I am not the Messiah. And they asked him, what then? Are you Elijah? He said, I am not. Are you the prophet? And he answered, no. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 19 through 21.
No one anywhere is more noble, righteous, vessel for the courage of our United States Armed Forces. These brave men and women and their families put the bill for our freedom every day. And the most important message to let us know that they are in our hearts and our prayers and our thoughts. This message is from the associates at your 24-hour Walmart Supercenter on Highway 287 in Lafayette. They are on the air because they care. Elizabeth Locker finally reminds our listeners that the drug problem is well documented. We know our kids are every day. We want to applaud the youngsters in our community who have had the strength to say no to drugs. They provide examples to their kids and families to be the best they can be. That's the focus of the blocker plant located at 366 West Street in November, serving our area since 1942, specializing in natural life, peace, and support of peace custom process. Call 303-688-2240, 303-688-2240. The people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Higher rates, lower rates, negative rates, bail-ins, bail-outs, and so much more. You know why you need to own gold and silver. At the Patriot Trading Group, we're a different kind of company. We have no commission salespeople, no boiler room sales calls, no high-price spokesmen. We believe in treating you with honesty and respect and delivering you the best products at the best price. Buying or selling, call us at 800-951-0592 or go to our website at allamericangold.com.
All right, guys, I'm going to switch it up on you now. I'm done talking about Bannon. I promise you I've already talked more about Steve Bannon than he talks about me. Let me go to another great conservative, Tammy Bruce. I know she's smart because she's a radio talk show host. You see her on Fox all the time. She's wonderful. Here she is talking to a group of college students, and man, oh man, do they ever need to hear what she has to say. Here's Tammy Bruce.
I'm also former president of the National Organization for Women. So my background, and it's based in my books, is really meant to give you some insight, some real perspective about what you're facing on campus. Now, I am just a bit older than you, and I think camps are different than when I went to school, when I was in high school. How many of you were here because of a really great way to California? I think I'm going to start with village today. Well, really, I know that one of the frustrating things is when I want to address in this session, I know how the second session well dressed the same, they have the same haircut, they have the same body color. There's this whole gamut, and this is at Smith, and I know there's a Smith over here. And they were all sitting in the front row, and they had their arms crossed. They were ready to not like me, and they knew what was best, and their arms were crossed. They all had the same short haircut, and they're all sitting in chairs, their legs are moving this. Shake us with very high. It was a fascinating experience. And I mentioned to them, to everyone in the room, that if you really want to be an individual, if you really want to set the standard about how to be your own person and how to shake up the status quo and let the rest of the world go, you want to do that, you should become your own person. Well, the class was quite shocked. That's never a consideration. But the truth of the matter is, for me, with all the elements that I say that I am, it is ways and we had a secret resolution. The idea that primitive today is really, really trustworthy, right? It is literally that if I live my life as you want to live yours, I want to be my own person. I want to be whatever it is that best within the American framework of decency and integrity and caring for your neighbor. And in fact, those things are not excluded. That transcendent moral value isn't this, I don't identify as a Christian. I recognize the fact that my life is based because of Christian is the way of value. And I honor that. I believe Jesus Christ is the God. Very personal relationship. But the issue is that you can imagine coming from the National Organization of Women with big organizations. I don't trust something that's massively organized. And so I have issues with some organized religion. You may, how many, by the way, here identify as Christian? Okay. It would be easy for me to do so. Like Jane Fonda's identified as a Christian, but she just doesn't like that Christian thing called the Bible. Yeah, and she's never really been to church, and she doesn't like church either. But it really is convenient to identify. You can identify as anything, right? It's easy. I think it's a really big deal to identify as Christian. I think that it's serious. And I think it should say something, and I think it should mean something. And I have enough questions about myself. I have enough disagreement with but I'm not going to lie to you and take that banner because I do think it is dynamically important, and I think it's transformative. And I don't know what to think, but I take it that seriously, and I admire.
And my friends, we should all take religion seriously. I don't know if there's anything more serious than the way we relate to God, because the way we relate to God patterns the way we'll relate to other people. Item from Breitbart: President Donald Trump's deputies are ending the often extended TPS, temporary refugee status, for up to 200,000 El Salvadoran migrants, which was first granted when earthquakes hit their home country in 2001. Unquote. My friends, it's 17 years later. I think the rumbling has stopped. Time for these quote-unquote migrants from El Salvador to go the hell home. And by the way, guys, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And make sure your children go with you. We'll be back.
And of his fullness we have all received, and grace for grace. For the law was given through Moses, but grace and truth came through Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ. No one has seen God at any time. The only begotten Son, who is in the bosom of the Father, he has declared him. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 16. Piccolo's restaurant in Denver reminds us that over 750,000 children were reported missing last year. Over 58,000 of these were abducted by non-family members. Keep an eye out for youngsters at play. If you see anything suspicious, contact the authorities immediately. This message from Piccolo's restaurant in Denver. It's not only the best Italian in the country, it's the people who care. Give them a call at 303-757-5166. 303-757-5166.
Chaplain Collins LLC salutes our emergency first responders for their professional commitment and free. They're willing to put their lives on the line for us with little or no thanks. So let's all take the time to thank our first responders for all they do for us. Also thanking our veterans for the sacrifice they made for our freedom. This message is from Chaplain Collins LLC, the two locations in Denver and Fort Collins, serving the community for over 13 years. This is it online at chapelcollins.com.
Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
All right, guys, I lied. We are going to talk a little bit more about Steve Bannon. Here is Rush Limbaugh.
Trump has been busy tweeting. Last night, just before midnight, Trump authorized formal access to the White House. Actually, 10,000 people getting here. I never started it. Extraordinary. This isn't Christopher flies there and watch what happens to sloppy Steve. Sir, Bannon has now earned a Trumpian nickname. When that happens,
And my friends, that is the swamp, and that is why Trump and his administration have been hobbled, been kept from doing everything they can do by people who don't want them to do anything to make life better for Americans. Item from Breitbart. Islamic leaders in Iran have banned English teaching from the curriculum of all junior schools to insulate the country from what they see as the invasion of Western cultural ideas and principles. Unquote. My friends, they're afraid of English insinuating itself into their country. Okay. Good for Iran. Wait until some of our larger bombs and missiles insinuate their way into their country. We'll be back.
Beloved, do not believe in every spirit, but test the spirit, whether they are God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By the Spirit of God, every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of the Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming, and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1.
No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debt, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto law, or law impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10.
If catastrophe struck, would your family be prepared? Are you confident you wouldn't react in a panic? Is there one place to get all of your emergency supplies? Ferris Survival encourages you to have confidence through preparation, not panic through crisis. Ferris Survival, located at 3366 South Broadway, is a professional, reputable, full-service business providing quality, realistic preparedness supplies at an affordable price. Go online, stop by, or call 303-781-0343. Ferris Survival. The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special interest groups or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listener. Please help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsored fine products or by calling 1-800-205-6245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help.
All right, guys, we got 4 minutes left. Let's use them shrewdly, shall we? Item from Breitbart. Yale professor and clinical psychiatrist Dr. Bandy X. Lee has warned that President Donald Trump may bring about, quote, the extinction of the human species, unquote. My friends, I didn't research what Dr. Bandy X. Lee's political leanings are. By the utter stupidity of that statement, I know that Dr. Lee is a liberal. Item also from Breitbart. One cannot overlook the irony of a business which shares the initials of the Better Business Bureau getting an F rating from the nation's premier advocate of marketplace trust. However, that's exactly what happened to LeVar Ball's Big Baller brand. The Better Business Bureau told TMZ Sports, if Big Baller brand has earned the BBB's dreaded F rating. Okay, LeVar Ball's merchandising operation has been inundated with negative reviews, virtually no positive reviews. My friends, if you'll remember who LeVar Ball is, he is the piece of trash who has that son who's the basketball player who went to China and shoplifted and got tossed in jail. President Trump managed to use his influence to get him out of jail, and LeVar Ball thought he owed nothing in the way of a thank you to Donald Trump. That's the piece of trash named LeVar Ball. And the fact that his company gets an F from the Better Business Bureau, well, I'm not surprised. Item from InfoWars. St. Cloud Hospital in St. Cloud, Minnesota came out with its annual list of top 10 most popular baby names for 2017. And number 3 on the list of boys' names was a bit of a surprise. Number 1 was Henry. Number 2 was Liam. Number 3 was Muhammad. Item from InfoWars. The Democratic Party wants women to be elected to office, unless they're white and Christian. The Democrats' official Twitter account tweeted on Sunday, Democrats, let's elect black women, LGBT women, Muslim women, disabled women, Jewish women, Latino women, millennial women, AAPI women. So Christians, if you are out there and you're a woman and you want to run for office, the Democratic Party says scram. Item from InfoWars. Migrant gangsters offered police investigating criminal behavior on a commercial scale bribes of up to £5,000 to stay away from their base of operations in Nottingham, telling officers it was a, quote, Kurdish street, unquote. My friends, how do you have a Kurdish street in England? Well, how do you have a Muslim street in America? Don't think there are any? Wake up! Item from InfoWars. A tourist couple have been found dead after performing a satanic suicide ceremony at a Greek guest house on New Year's Eve, officials have revealed. Satanists dead. Satanic suicide ceremony. Tell me, my friends, exactly how much has the planet Earth lost? Item from Zero Hedge. One man has died and the woman has been injured after an explosion at the Varby Guard subway station in Stockholm, Sweden. An object believed to be a hand grenade blew up after a 60-year-old man picked it up from the ground, leaving him fatally injured. Unquote. My friends, repeat after me. Islam is to blame. You know it. I know it. I am going to stop right there. We're about to go off the air. I will see you tomorrow, and we will explore more real truth. Let me turn that off. And we'll get into a lot of important stuff. I will see you tomorrow, my friends. In the meantime, take my advice to heart. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay angry. Hasta luego.